I think it's important to take a minute and give a little history on this drawer tray. In 2014, I bought a 2003 Chevy Avalanche. That truck has a lot of utility to it. But one of the things it didn't have was some kind of way to retrieve anything that I had left in the back, something that was underneath the covers. So I went on YouTube and found a do-it-yourself tray that fit what I needed perfectly. So from 2014 to 21, I had the capability of having a tray in the back of my truck. Well, GM never really built any more Avalanches after the 2013 model, so I ended up getting a 2021 Chevy Crew Cab with the short box, which is their most popular model. But I ran into the same problem, that the things that I was putting into the bed of the truck would somehow get to the front, and then I couldn't reach them and had to crawl in. So I wanted the same functionality that I had in the Avalanche drawer tray, and I wanted to try to do it DIY to keep the cost down. First thing I did when I bought this truck was put a tonneau cover on it, because I realized that all my stuff was getting wet when I left it in the back. But the problem was, once I put the tonneau cover on, the only way to retrieve anything that had rolled to the front was to drop the tailgate and crawl up into it. So for a 58-year-old fat guy, I wasn't going to do that very often. So I did a commercial search for Silverado short box drawer trays, and there's actually some really good ones out there. They're so sturdily built, you literally mount them into your pickup bed. They're really smooth and they can handle all the weight, but I didn't really need a contractor solution to a drawer tray. I needed the cheaper do-it-yourself suburbanite solution, because I was dealing with groceries, golf clubs, bowling bags, and luggage. So back to YouTube. So there was one do-it-yourselfer that really stood out. You take a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, you put it down in the bed of your truck, and you put a bunch of those roller ball transfer bearings on top of it. Then you put another piece of plywood on top of that, and it would literally roll out with what was ever on top of it. But over time, it just didn't roll as easy. But it did give me the idea of using rollers with plywood like that. I probably didn't mention this, but I worked in GM manufacturing for 34 years, and I was exposed to all kinds of conveyor sections with rollers. I really wasn't interested in designing one, but wanted to see if I could find one that was out there that would work. So after searching it, I did find one, and unbelievably, it's commercially available on Amazon. Okay, so the short box of a Silverado is 70 inches from the front to the back, and this conveyor section is 60 inches. So utilizing two of them, with just a slight modification, they land right in the bottom of the ribs of the box bed, and that keeps them from sliding around very much. So I just laid them in there, and I put a piece of plywood on top, and that's just kind of how it started. So these conveyors, they distribute the weight so easily, it can handle a lot of weight. I'm not even sure how much it can handle. And truly, it almost rolls too easy. Requirements. This only works on a spray bed liner or a painted box. Safety. We have anti-fallout, anti-tip, a locking feature. We also have a handle hole block for the potential of your fingers getting pinched to the tailgate. All right, now the functional part. The cost. Under $500. The drawer had to be able to be high enough that it would clear the tailgate when pulled out. You had to pull the drawer out far enough to be able to reach the stuff that was in front of the drawer. Couldn't be affixed to the box, so it was easily removable. It had to roll easy with 1 or 2 fingers. It had to handle at least 500 pounds. The drawer had to be guided. The design had to maximize the amount of cargo space that was above the drawer. The drawers and the conveyors needed to be compressed when closing the tailgate, so they were both held firmly and couldn't rattle around while in transportation. And in putting it together, there was no fabrication. They used common tools from commercially available parts, and we did prioritize those parts that were made in the US. We included 10 videos that include the purchasing and the building of the drawer portion of the multi-function truck bed system. The first 2 videos are comprehensive steps for purchasing all the materials required for this project. The first one is a video that will lead you to a public list on Amazon. And once there, you can follow along purchasing each item as required. You'll notice that this is where we used Cultivate. It's a Google Chrome add-on. It helped us find US companies to supply each one of the parts. We weren't always successful, but you'll see the American flag on most of them. We also have a video walking through Home Depot, identifying and purchasing each item required, kind of explaining along the way. Now the last 8 videos are the actual building of the drawer
Each is broken down into simple, manageable steps, complete with troubleshooting tips to handle common setbacks without frustration from start to finish. We included our list of tools that we use to construct the TruckBed Multi-System because we thought it would be important to share this, although we understand there are many ways to reach the same end. Since I retired, we've been riding our bikes a lot more, and sometimes we would venture a little bit out from the house. It occurred to me, I got a significant piece of plywood here with 2 conveyor sections. So I made a 2-place bike holder out of it. And one day I needed to run the snowblower to the mechanic for repair, and the snowblower weighs over 300 pounds. I pulled the drawer tray and the conveyor sections out of the truck, but I couldn't get the snowblower up into the box of the truck. It was too heavy. But it occurred to me, I have a significant piece of plywood here and 2 conveyor sections, so I built a ramp out of it. A little while later, the Lions made it to the second round of the playoffs, and my son surprised me with tickets. We went tailgating downtown at 1 o'clock for an 8 o'clock start game, and we needed a table to hold our grill, food, and drinks. It occurred to me, I got a significant piece of plywood here and a couple of conveyor sections, so I built a table out of it. Finally, I live on the easement. It's a place where stuff can build up, old bricks, stumps, and cured cement, etc. It occurred to me, I got a significant piece of plywood here with 2 conveyor sections, so I made a set of steps out of it.
Since my work at GM had exposed me to the patent process, we ended up doing an extensive patent search on a multi-function approach to a truck drawer system. Not really finding anything, we went ahead and submitted for a provisional application for patent. This type of patent allows for the TruckBed Multi-System to continue to evolve. The drawer part is light duty, perfect for groceries, golf clubs, bowling bags, camping or hunting gear, luggage, etc. And stay tuned for more instructions on adding the other functions. So someone might ask, why do all this? Well, I'm 58 years old. I got 3 kids, 30, 27, and 23. When my oldest was in high school, there was a girl that was diagnosed with cancer from her school. Her parents were hosting a spaghetti dinner to help pay for medical bills. The young girl ended up passing away 4 years later. Fast forward to today, and those parents have been growing the Cassie Hines Shoe Cancer Foundation to help young adults age 18 to 39. Every year they rent a big house and host a camp in northern Michigan for a group who've been recently diagnosed with cancer. Wellness, adventure, connection are all included at no cost to the participant. The results coming from the camp is a band of brothers type phenomenon where you have a group bonding through their respective life and death decisions and experiences. Of course, all 3 of mine are in this group, and it hits home. I'm reminded that Mary, the mother of Jesus, had a child in this age group. Imagine what she had to endure, and it hits home. So the idea is to raise money for the CHSCF so they can add more weeks to their schedule. They currently have a wait list because of the success they've had. Now, according to AI, if you own a current generation Silverado, then you're my kind of people. And you generally donate a portion of your money every year to those less fortunate. So if you take on this little truck drawer project and it adds some convenience to your life, please consider the Cassie Hines Shoe Cancer Foundation.